things that here that require a 2/3 vote, and some people have to leave for their town annual meeting. So I'd like to get us going right away, and we'll do a few agenda adjustments when we get there. So with that, a call to order, roll call by the clerk.
We have 25 present and 5 absent.
Thank you. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Cassie, you want to lead us today?
I pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a brief moment. Thank you very much. We will roll here. So we're in compliance with the open meetings law.
We are.
Thank you very much. I will entertain approval of the agenda with some amendments. First of all, Mr. Beckman. So moved to approve. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Jaco. I would like to move numbers 15 and 14 around. I think that these first couple items under our regular work are going to go relatively quickly, but I want to move those up that are 2/3 vote, that require 2/3 vote, so we make sure we have enough people here for a 2/3 vote. So that would just be the Parks and Law Enforcement, switch those around, so we get those up.
Motion with correction.
Okay, thank you. Anything else anybody noticed? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. We'll move on to approval of the March 11th, 2025 meeting minutes. Mr. Winnicky.
Mr. Chair, I move approval of the March 11th, 2025 meeting minutes as presented.
Do I have a second? Second by Meg. Any discussions or additions? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. The minutes are approved. Takes us to communications. Audrey.
You should have the notice of public hearing for planning and zoning, which is April 17th, 2025 at 7 p.m. You also have 3 annual reports: the Marsh Country Health Alliance by Russell Coots, the Wisconsin County Utility Tax Association by Amanda Truax, the Intercounty Coordinating Committee by Steve Nass. And then there are also several appointments to the EMS working group appointed by County Board Chair as listed, as well as standing committee appointments by County Board Chair as listed. We also have some retirement recognitions, and you should have the treasurer's monthly report. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Audrey. Takes us to public comment. Any public comment for things that are on the agenda? Oh, did I skip over that here? Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry. Retirement recognitions. I'm sorry, Terry. My apologies. We missed one on here too. I pointed Joan Callan to the Hughes. No, I missed that. That's right. Ding ding.
Good evening, everybody. I guess it's not really evening quite yet, so good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Tonight I have 4 retirees for presentation. We have 2 of the individuals who are here tonight that I'll be calling up momentarily. The first is our short timer, which was Bill Kern. He was a little bit over 19 years. I think everybody here is familiar with Bill as our highway commissioner. And then we have a dispatcher, our communications operator, Denise Nyberg. And I know she's retired after almost 27 years, but did she come back? Yes. So after waiting her time frame of retiring, she couldn't stay away. So she is back helping occasional part-time in our dispatch office, which is greatly appreciated. And for our next, I'd like to call Greg Keppel. And Sean, if you want to come up. I told Greg, I'll just start talking. I've known Greg well before either of us were employed with Jefferson County. His sister was my best friend growing up, so I spent more time over at their house than I did at my own. And I kidded on myself, where's your wife Pam? Because really she's the one to thank for him being here. Because if you would have known Greg prior to meeting Pam, nobody would have thought he would have been as successful as he is. And that's the truth, you might as well say. But Greg worked a variety of positions at our highway department, ending his career there as a highway superintendent. And that was after 27 years and 5 months. And so we'd like to present Greg the certificate and Board of Appreciation. And I'm going to let Sean, as the interim highway commissioner, say a few words.
Yeah, I just want to thank Greg for 27 years. Started as a highway worker, was a sign shop foreman for a lot of years, and then ended. I had the privilege of working with him for the last 10 years as a superintendent. And there's a lot of, even as a highway worker, a lot of late nights, plowing, call outs, a lot of dedication, and I really just appreciate the 10 years I got to work with him for sure. And we do miss him. I miss him a lot here in the last 3 months, but we're moving on, and just thanks again for all the dedication and loyalty you had for the county, so I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And for our last one, I'd like to ask Sheriff Mays to come forward, please. The sheriff is going to introduce and say a few words about our last retiree.
This one takes 2/3 vote, the other one does.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it's my honor to present Sergeant Rob Schenkenig with this plaque and certificate for appreciation from the county. 28 and a half years Rob worked for the Sheriff's Office. Started off as a jail deputy for us, was a patrol deputy, and then the past 15, 16 years as a sergeant? 14 years as a sergeant. So over the time that I've known him for the last 26 and a half years, I haven't been there as long as he was, many stories that pop up, but the one thing that I do remember the most about Rob is that Rob would never say no. Whenever we asked him to do anything, to pick up extra hours for us, extra shifts, he would never say no. I'm sure Kelly in the back there can agree that that's what was happening quite a bit, his wife. But this last year when we were short-staffed, Rob picked up sergeant hours for us, deputy hours as well, worked the grants to make sure we could satisfy those commitments that we have. And I believe last year alone you worked approximately 960 hours of overtime. So thank you very much, Rob, for your dedication to the Sheriff's Office in the county.
We thank you all for your service. We appreciate it very much. Make Jefferson County better. Takes us to a special order of business. Appointment by County Board Chair and confirmation by the County Board of Phil Risso for Supervisor District 17. Just to let you know, those of you that don't know Phil, he is our former corporate counsel before Blair, and he was Russ Coots's neighbor. And he gave me a call when he saw Russ had a moving truck in front of his house and said, "Is Russ leaving the board?" And I said, "Yeah." Phil said I'd be willing to fill out his term. So let's welcome Phil back, and we'll see if we can get him sworn in here. Judge During will do the dirty work here. Oh, first of all, we need to have a motion from the floor to.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Brogler, confirmed by Mr. Morris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? He's an attorney.
Mr. Chair, if it pleases the board, thank you for inviting me for this honor to swearing in the newest member. The county board certainly is the engine behind the prosperity, safety, and high standards of living in Jefferson County. Personally, it's also a pleasure to swear in Phil, as I worked for him when he was corp counsel, and it's sort of a thrill to swear in your former boss. So with that, Phil, if you're ready to step into the duties and obligations, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Phil Risto, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of County Board Supervisor to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Welcome, Phil. Takes us to committee reports, resolutions, and ordinances. Number 9, County Administrator, Mr. Lucky, resolution recognizing Russell Cooch's leadership on the county board.
Whereas Russell Coots served as the County Board Supervisor for District 17 from April of 2012 to March of 2025, and whereas Supervisor Coots also served on the Home Consortium Board, Infrastructure Committee, Fair Park Committee, Human Services Board, Aging Disability Resource Center Advisory Committee, Task Force on County Operations and Organizations, Finance Committee, and Marsh Country Health Alliance, you could always count on Russ to show up at the meeting at 8:29, with the meeting started at 8:30, even though he lived just down the road. And whereas Supervisor Coots was known for his passion to represent the people of Jefferson County and his never-ending desire to learn, he expresses ideas and concerns in a thoughtful and quiet manner, always giving helpful insights based on his past experiences. And whereas the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors recognizes Supervisor Coots' public service, foresight, leadership, and thoughtfulness, which will be missed. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors, meeting this 15th day of April 2025, does hereby honor Supervisor Russell Coots and wishes him happiness and good health in the years ahead. Entertain a motion then for passage, Mr. Chair.
Do I have a motion? Moves by Mr. Christensen, second by Mr. Jago. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? And I thank Russ so much for his help, and notice the fiscal note. The institutional knowledge that Supervisor Coots brought to the board is priceless. Many years on the Finance Committee. All right. Takes us to item 10, the Executive Committee, resolution approving EMS work group consultant. Mr. Winnicky.
Yes, resolution number 2025-2. Executive summary: on March 24th, 2025, the county administrator received responses to a request for proposals, or an RFP, for a consultant to assist with the county's emergency medical services. 2 bids were received. University Alliance proposed to do the work for $41,140. This resolution authorizes the county administrator to contract with University Alliance for consultant services for the EMS work group. The executive committee voted to accept the low bid at their meeting on March 26, 2025. The finance committee also voted to accept the low bid at their meeting on April 8, 2025. Fiscal note: funds for this project in the amount of $50,000 were approved by the board at its March 11, 2025 meeting as a part of the budget carry forwards. It's consistent with the strategic plan for highly regarded quality of life. Mr. Chair, I move approval.
Moved by Mr. Winnicky. Do I have a second? Second from Mr. Kennard. Any questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Takes us to Finance Committee. Resolution accepting grant funding for the Public Safety Answering Point Program and amending the 2025 budget in the Sheriff's Office. This requires a 2/3 vote.
Resolution number 2025-2? Three. Okay. Thank you. Every municipal and state agency that provides fire suppression, law enforcement, emergency medical services may establish a 911 system, and most Wisconsin counties operate their own public safety answering point, PSAP, to meet the needs of their citizens. In order to be eligible for grant funding for the Next Generation 911 through 2019 Wisconsin Act 26, the county board must designate one public safety answering point as the single point in a county for the life of the grant program. On July 12, 2022, the county board adopted a resolution designating the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office as the public safety answering point in Jefferson County, which allows Jefferson County to be eligible to receive grant dollars under the PSAP program. On July 30th, 2024, the Sheriff's Office applied for and was awarded a PSAP grant in the amount of $141,374 to implement an emergency medical dispatch program and purchase additional equipment for the dispatch center. This grant was not included in the 2025 budget. During 2025, the Sheriff's Office has applied for an additional PSAP grant in the amount of $36,804 for future upgrades to the dispatch control stations. This resolution authorizes the acceptance of a PSAP grant funding and amends the 2025 Sheriff's Office budget accordingly. The Finance Committee considered this resolution on April 9th, 2025, and recommended forwarding to the County Board for approval. Fiscal note, the Sheriff's Office will absorb the matching funds through adjustments to their budget. This resolution authorizes the Finance Director to immediately increase budget revenue and expenses by $127,237 for the award of a PSAP grant in the amount of $141,374. Should the county be awarded the additional PSAP grant in the amount of $36,804, the Finance Director is authorized to increase budgeted revenue and expenses by $33,124. If additional revenue is identified by the Sheriff's Office that could offset the matching portion of these grants, the Finance Director is authorized to make the necessary budget adjustments to enact the resolution. As a budget amendment, this resolution requires 20 of 30 affirmative votes for passage. Mr. Chair, I move for passage of this resolution.
Moved by Mr. Jones, second by Mr. Morris. Questions, discussion? The sheriff, if you have any questions. Seeing none, please vote on your tablet.
Supervisor Herbst? Supervisor Truax?
Aye.
Okay, votes are locked. We have 26 yes, 0 no, 4 absent.
Thank you. The measure passes. On to Highway Committee. A whole bunch of asphalt bids. So, Mr. Jacob.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Resolution number 2025-4, approving 2025 local road improvement asphalt bids. Jefferson County Highway Department obtains funding through the Wisconsin DOT for local road improvement program for select projects. 2025 Jefferson County bid 4 projects that include funding from the Wisconsin DOT in the LRIP program for asphalt material purchase. Jefferson County Highway D from State Highway 59 to US Highway 18, Town of Farmington Marsh Road to Countywide to Schwitzky Road, Town of Palmyra, Tamarack Road, Town of Palmyra, there was a pavement change, and Village of Johnson Creek, Linmar Lane to State Highway 26, Old 26 Road. Payne Dolan was the lowest responsible bidder to supply asphalt for these projects based on the asphalt price and haul cost. The resolution awards the asphalt bid for 2025 local road improvement program projects listed above MSILT to Payne and Dolan Incorporated. The Highway Committee considered this resolution at its meeting on March 18th and recommended forwarding it to the County Board for approval. Fiscal note, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation requires asphalt purchase projects through the local road improvement program to be awarded to a paving contractor Funds for asphalt purchases will come from the Wisconsin DOT local road improvement. Funding for purchase of the asphalt has been appropriated in the Highway Department budget. Mr. Chairman, I move for adoption of this resolution.
Moved by Supervisor Jekyll, second by Supervisor Backlund. Questions? Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Next one. On hot mix asphalt vendor quotes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Resolution number 2025-5. On March 12, 2025, the Highway Department received quotes from all area vendors for pre-mixed asphalt. The Highway Department purchases the asphalt from the vendors and delivers the material to the job site for placement by county crews. The vendor selected by the county will be determined by the location of the project and the plant location to obtain the best price for each project. This resolution authorizes Jefferson County Highway Department to purchase pre-mixed asphaltic concrete products at the prices listed below from any of the asphalt vendors in 2025. The Highway Committee considered this resolution at its meeting on March 18, 2025, and recommended forwarding it to the County Board for approval. Fiscal note, the Highway Department will determine the best price for each project when selecting a plant. The department will also consider plant schedule, availability, and production rates. Funds for purchase of hot mix asphalt have been appropriated in 2025 Highway Maintenance Account number 53311 and the Highway Construction Account number 53312. Mr. Chairman, I move to approve this resolution.
Moved by Mr. Jekyll, second by Mr. Lindell. Questions? Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Mr. Jekyll.
Resolution number 2025-6, approving 2025 asphalt milling quotes. On March 12, 2025, the Highway Department received quotes from area vendors for asphalt milling. The Highway Department schedules all projects to work on site with the selected vendor. This resolution authorizes the Jefferson County Highway Department to accept seasonal quotes for 2025 from all vendors listed below, utilizing the lowest priced vendor, unless the vendor cannot meet the project schedule of the department, in which case the next lowest priced vendor shall be used. The Highway Committee considered this resolution at its meeting on March 18th and recommended forward to County Board for approval. Funds for the purchase of asphalt milling have been appropriated in the 2025 Highway Maintenance Account number 53311 and Highway Construction Account 53312. Mr. Chairman, I move for adoption of this resolution.
Moved by Mr. Jekyll, second by Mr. Backlund. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. And one more, Mr. Jekyll.
Thank you. Resolution 2025-7. On March 12, 2025, the Highway Department received quotes from area vendors for asphalt pulverizing. The Highway Department schedules all projects to work on site with selected vendor. This resolution authorizes Jefferson County Highway Department to accept seasonal quotes for 2025 from all vendors listed below, utilizing the lowest priced vendor, unless the vendor cannot meet the project schedule of the department, in which case the next lowest priced vendor shall be used. The Highway Committee considered this resolution at its meeting on March 18, 2025, and recommended forwarding it to the County Board for approval. Fiscal note, the asphalt pulverization has been appropriated in the 2025 Highway Maintenance Account number 53311 and Highway Construction Account 53312. Mr. Chair, I move for adoption of this resolution.
Moved by Mr. Jekyll, second by Mr. Lindell. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Takes us to item 13, Human Resources Committee, ordinance amending personnel ordinance HR 0360, hours of work, overtime, compensatory time, shift differentials, and premium pay. This requires a 2/3 vote. So, Mr. Brogler.
Ordinance number 2025-1. The purpose of this ordinance amendment is to update section HR 0360 of the Jefferson County Personnel Ordinance to revise the shift differential for communication operators. The shift differential rates for communication operators have not been meaningfully adjusted in over 40 years, and the current structure no longer reflects the market or operational realities of 24/7 staffing. This change supports the county's strategic plan goals of enhancing organizational effectiveness and supporting workforce sustainability, particularly through improved recruitment and retention. This amendment revises section 0360 of the Jefferson County Personnel Ordinance to increase the shift differential for community operators to $2 per hour for second shift, previously 10 cents, $3 for third shift, previously 20 cents, and $2 for working in a field training officer capacity, previously 35 cents. The Human Resource Committee and the Finance Committee supported this amendment in their meetings on April 5th and April 9th, 2025, respectively, and recommend forwarding this to the County Board for approval. Fiscal note. The fiscal impact of this change in shift differential for communication operators is approximately $37,250 annually and $22,850 for the remainder of 2025, inclusive of benefits. Funding for this change will be provided by adding 5 state inmates to the current jail population for 3 months at $60 per day for a total revenue increase of $27,000. This ordinance authorizes the finance director to make the necessary budget adjustments to enact this ordinance. This is a budget amendment. 20 of the 30 affirmative votes are required for passage. I do move for passage.
Moved by Mr. Brogler. Do I have a second? Second by Joan Callen. Supervisor Callen. Questions, discussion? Mr. Christensen.
I just want to quickly verify that in the fiscal note, the first amount was $34,250 rather than $37,000. Is that?
I have 34 on my sheet, yeah.
I have 34.
Anything else? Seeing none, please vote on your tablet.
Supervisor Herbst? Supervisor Truax?
Aye.
Votes are locked. We have 26 yes, 0 no, 4 absent.
And then resolution approving GovInvest compensation management software, and that was an addendum that you would have received here. Mr. Brogler.
Resolution number 2025-8. Jefferson County strives to ensure competitive and equitable compensation practices that align with its strategic plan and supports the county's ability to attract and retain qualified employees. On March 6, 2025, representatives of GovInvest provided a live demonstration of their compensation analysis software during a joint meeting of the Human Resources and Finance Committees. GovInvest software provides robust compensation analysis tools, including real-time labor market comparisons and benefit benchmarking for up to 100 job classifications across 12 comparable counties. Both committees expressed strong interest in the tool's functionality, particularly in its ability to provide real-time analytics, model future cost implications, and benchmark compensations using comparable counties. The software proposal was submitted by Carasoft Technical Corp., the exclusive authorized reseller for GovInvest under a cooperative purchasing contract. Carasoft is a trusted public sector distributor that simplifies procurement by offering government pricing through established cooperative agreements, ensuring compliance with the county's purchasing ordinances and state procurement rules. The proposed agreement includes a one-time configuration and training fee of $8,375 and an annual software subscription cost of $26,550 per year for a 3-year term totaling $88,025 for the full term of the agreement. Following this presentation, the Human Resource Committee formally reviewed the proposal on March 18, 2025, and recommended that the agreement move forward to the Finance Committee for review on April 9, 2025, and ultimately to the County Board for approval. In preparation for the analysis, the Human Resource Committee approved a list of 12 comparable counties on April 15, 2025, including Calumet, Columbia, Dane, Dodge, Fond du Lac, Manitowoc, Rock, Sauk, Sheboygan, Walworth, Washington, and Waukesha. This resolution authorizes the county administrator to contract with Go Invest through Carasoft Technology Corp. For the compensation analysis services for a 3-year term. The Human Resource Committee and the Finance Committee both considered this resolution at their meetings on March 19, 2025 and April 9, 2025, respectively. Both recommended forwarding it to the County Board for approval. Fiscal note, this product is intended to replace future compensation studies performed by external consultants. The current market response compensation management program policy adopted by the Human Resource Committee on June 10, 2024, requires a comprehensive evaluation of all positions every 3 years. In 2018, Jefferson County engaged the Austin Peters Group at a cost of $88,230. Initial funding for year 1 of the proposed contract in the amount of $34,925 would be provided by savings realized by a vacant risk manager safety office position in the Human Resource Department. In future years, savings produced by discontinuing the practice of contracting for compensation studies will fund the ongoing cost of the software. Go Invest has proposed a cost of $26,550 per year for 2026-2027. I move for passage.
Moved by Mr. Brogger. Do I have a second?
Second.
Who's second? Oh, I just thought it came from on high. Yeah, so is this Mr. Zarling, second that. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Takes us to item 14, which we switched it on the agenda, so that'll be Parks Committee. Resolution accepting bids for the construction on the Interurban Bike Trail, Phase 3, and amending the 2025 budget in the Parks Department. Mr. Christensen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have resolution number 2025-9. The Jefferson County Parks Department is continuing construction of a multi-use recreation trail on utility right-of-way owned by We Energies. The proposed trail is 10.96 miles and is located on the former interurban rail line between the city of Watertown and the city of Oconomowoc. The path cross-section will consist of a 10-foot wide asphalt surface with 2-foot wide aggregate shoulders. The project includes 10 miles of trail within Jefferson County and 1 mile of trail in Waukesha County. The city of Watertown and the city of Oconomowoc are the project boundaries. The trail will act as an extension of the Lake Country Trail and eventually connect to the city of Pewaukee. This project has completed 2 of 3 phases of construction, consisting of 7 miles of trail and 2 recreation bridges. A Wisconsin Department of Transportation Alternatives Program grant has been awarded for the 3rd phase of the project, which is anticipated to cover 80% of the construction costs. This phase of the project will complete the paved trail from Watertown to Jefferson County line. Jefferson County Parks opened bidding for this project on Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, and closed bidding on Tuesday, March 25th at 10 a.m. The Parks Committee reviewed the submitted bids at its meeting on Thursday, March 27, 2025, and recommended forwarding this resolution to the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors to accept the bid of Karchner Brothers, LLC, for $1,473,585.29 as the lowest responsible bidder to complete this project as defined in the project manual and construction documents, and amend the 2025 budget accordingly. You can see the list of bidders and the amounts on a table on the other side of the second page. Fiscal note, the Jefferson County Parks has received a Transportation Alternatives Program grant for 80% of the total project cost, covering up to $1,368,580.46, with the county portion of the project totaling $342,145.12. Of this amount, $121,474.47 will be covered by carryover funds specified for this project. $100,000 will be covered by funds carried forward for the purchase of tree loft land that are no longer needed for that purchase. And $120,670.65 will first be paid for from any remaining project contingency, which totals $147,358. Then from the proceeds of the sale of land to Onago Bio, which will be transferred from the Capital Projects Fund to the general fund upon closing of the land sale. This resolution authorizes the finance director to make the necessary budget adjustments to enact the resolution. As a budget amendment, this resolution requires 20 of 30 affirmative votes for passage. Mr. Chairman, I move for adoption of this resolution.
Moved by Mr. Christensen. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Morris. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, please vote on your tablet.
Supervisor Herbst? Supervisor Truax?
Aye.
Votes are locked. We have 24 yes, 2 no, 4 absent.
Okay, takes us now to item 15, which is now Law Enforcement Emergency Management Committee proclamation proclaiming May 11th through 27th, 2025 as National Police Week. Mr. Morris.
Proclamation 2025-1, proclaiming May 11th through the 17th, 2025 as National Police Week. Whereas in 1962, President John F. Kennedy and the United States Congress designated May 15 as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which it falls as National Police Week. And whereas Peace Officer Memorial Day has been set aside to honor the fallen men and women of law enforcement who selflessly and valiantly sacrificed their own lives to ensure the safety of others. And whereas members of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office fulfill an essential role in protecting the freedoms and rights of citizens and visitors of Jefferson County, Wisconsin. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their sheriff's office. And that members of Jefferson County Sheriff's Office recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence and disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression. And whereas members of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office unwaveringly accept their duty and answer this solemn calling each and every day, now therefore be it proclaimed by the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors that May 11th through 17th, 2025 is hereby recognized as National Police Week, and all government officials, parents, teachers, school administrators, caregivers, business leaders, nonprofit organizations, and the people of Jefferson County are called upon to observe this week with appropriate ceremonies and observances in which everyone may join in, commemorating law enforcement officers past and present who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to our community, and in doing so have established for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. I move for the passage of this proclamation.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Morris, second by Mr. Brogler. Any questions, discussions? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none. Proclamation passes. Takes us to resolution adopting the Jefferson County Hazard Mitigation Plan for 2025 through 29.
Resolution 2025-10, Executive Summary. The Federal Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000 requires that government units periodically update their hazard mitigation plans. Jefferson County initially adopted a multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan in 2008 and updated the plan in 2012 and 2018. On September 10, 2024, the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors passed Resolution 2024-43, requiring the Emergency Management Department to update its plan. This new 2025 update will guide hazard mitigation efforts in Jefferson County for the next 5-year period from 2025 through 2029. The Jefferson County Hazard Mitigation Plan of 25 to 29 identifies demographic and economic characteristics, climate, natural resources, land use, and developmental trends of the county. Special needs populations and groups are also identified. The plan inventories critical facilities in the county in light of natural hazards, along with estimated losses to buildings and infrastructure. This plan makes clear appropriate solutions in terms of a wide range of activities that help to foster hazard mitigation efforts. Mitigation funding sources, maps, and other important features are included. This resolution adopts the 2025-2029 Jefferson County Hazard Mitigation Plan. The Law Enforcement and Emergency Management Committee considered this resolution at its meeting on March 28, 2025, and recommended forwarding it to the county board for approval. There is no direct fiscal impact to passing this resolution. I move for passage.
Moved by Supervisor Morris. Do I have a second? Second by Supervisor Roberts. Questions? Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Takes us to Planning and Zoning Committee. Report, Mr. Jekyll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Report to the honorable members of the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors. Jefferson County Planning and Zoning Committee, having considered petitions to amend the official zoning map of Jefferson County, filed for public hearing held on March 27, 2025, as required by law pursuant to Wisconsin statutes. Notice thereof having been given and being duly advised of the wishes of the town boards and persons in the areas affected, hereby makes the following recommendations. The committee has reviewed and considered the facts present in the application and received in public hearing, and finds that criteria listed in Wisconsin Statute 9148 and Jefferson County Zoning Ordinance Section 22 through 56B have been met for the below listed petitions. The committee further finds that the petitions are consistent with the Jefferson County Comprehensive Plan and Farmland Preservation Plan. For further support of the committee's recommendations can be found in the staff reports and individual petition files on record in the Planning and Development Office. Approval of petitions as listed, dated this 15th day of April 2025. Blaine Paulson, Secretary. That moves us on to ordinance number 2025-2, amending the official zoning map. Whereas Jefferson County Board of Supervisors has heretofore been petitioned to amend the official zoning map of Jefferson County, and whereas petitions as listed were referred to the Jefferson County Planning and Zoning Committee for hearing held on March 27, 2025, and whereas on its meeting on March 27, 2025, the Planning and Zoning Committee considered the request to amend the official zoning map of Jefferson County after conducting public hearing regarding the requested amendment, and after receiving recommendation from the affected town, hereby makes the following recommendations to the Board of Supervisors in open session. Whereas given due notice, the affected town boards has provided recommendations, and whereas Planning and Zoning Committee has reviewed and considered the facts presented in the application and received in public hearing related to the listed petitions and compliance with criteria and standards set forth in Statute 9148 of the Wisconsin statutes and subsection 2256 of Jefferson County zoning ordinance for rezoning out of A1 exclusive agricultural zone and whereas the Planning and Zoning Committee has found that the criteria is set forth in statute 9148 of Wisconsin statutes and subsection 2256 of the Jefferson County zoning ordinance for rezoning out of A1 exclusive agricultural and agricultural zone having been met in these petitions and are considered consistent with Jefferson County, a comprehensive plan and farmland preservation plan as identified in the decision of the Planning and Zoning Committee, and whereas consistent with the recommendations of the Planning and Zoning Committee, Board of Supervisors finds where applicable the standards set forth in 9148 of the Wisconsin statutes and 2256B of the Jefferson County zoning ordinance for rezoning out of A1 exclusive agricultural zone are met by the proposed amendment to the official zoning map, and now therefore be it ordained Jefferson County Board of Supervisors does amend the official zoning map of Jefferson County as follows, and the petitions are all listed for everyone to see. Fiscal note, this ordinance has no determinable fiscal impact. I move for adoption of this ordinance.
Moved by Mr. Jekyll. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Falker. Questions? Mr. Kennard.
I will abstain for potential conflict of interest.
So noted. Any other questions, discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. The ordinance passes. Takes us to item 16, Solid Waste and Air Quality Committee. Supervisor Callen.
This is resolution number 2025-11, supporting Jefferson County Clean Sweep, e-waste recycling, tire recycling, and drug take-back program. Executive summary. For many years, the Clean Sweep program has successfully provided the citizens of Jefferson County opportunities to dispose of unwanted hazardous household and agricultural wastes, as well as unwanted prescription drugs, in a convenient and affordable manner. Without the Clean Sweep program, residents of Jefferson County would have no means to properly dispose of these items. Providing these services keeps hazardous waste out of the landfills and wastewater treatment facilities, helping to protect. What? Oh, okay. Sorry. Helping to protect the local environment and groundwater from potentially harmful materials. The Jefferson County Solid Waste Program holds multiple annual events in Jefferson County, collecting hazardous household and agricultural waste, electronics, e-waste, appliances, and tires. The Clean Sweep program also provides assistance to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department and local police departments in successfully implementing a drug take-back program across Jefferson County, where over 29,091 pounds of unwanted prescription drugs have been collected since 2008. These events are made possible due to grant funding opportunities through the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection and Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. This resolution expresses the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors' continued support of the Clean Sweep program and grant funding opportunities. The Solid Waste Committee considered this resolution at its April 1st, 2025 meeting and recommended forwarding this resolution to the County Board of Supervisors for approval. Fiscal note, passage of this resolution assists the county in securing future grant funding for solid waste and air quality programs. Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of this resolution.
Moved by Supervisor Callen. Do I have a second? Supervisor Goldston. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, I just want to add it's been a very successful program, and this is probably one of the programs I get the most compliments are from constituents. They're pleased that we run this, so thank you for all your work you do on that committee, all of you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Takes us to item 18, appointments by the county board chair. By virtue of the authority vested under me in section 2-212 of the Jefferson County Code, I hereby request confirmation of the following appointment. Dave Flowers, a community group representative to the local emergency planning committee for indeterminate term. I would like a motion to approve from Ms. Supervisor Morris. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Lund. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, it passes. Appointments by the county administrator. Mr. Lucky.
Okay, we have 5 separate sections of this. Would your preference be to do them all at once or individually?
I think we can do them all together.
Okay, we'll do all of them together. So by virtue of the authority vested in me under sections 59.18 to C of the Wisconsin statutes and chapter 2, article 2, division 2, subdivision 6 of the Jefferson County Code, I respectfully request confirmation of the following appointments. Joan Callan to the Human Services Board to fill an unexpired term ending November 1st, 2026. Municipal Library Board appointments. Kristen Martin and Carrie Reddington to the Cambridge Library. Kyle Jacobson and Dwayne Scott to Fort Atkinson. Tom Birrell to Jefferson. Katie Tetian to Johnson Creek. Tracy Grant to Waterloo. And Beth Miller to Watertown, appointed for a 3-year term beginning May 1st, 2025 and ending May 1st, 2028. And Melissa Howe, of the town of Ixonia, to the Oconomowoc Library Board for a 3-year term ending May 1st, 2028. Steve Nash to the Board of Health for a 3-year term ending May 9th, 2028. And Danielle Thompson as the law representative to the Traffic Safety Commission for an indeterminate term.
I have a motion by Mr. Morris to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I second.
I didn't know if it's a question or, so I'll just say Ms. Derville Heights was the second. Questions, discussion on any of these? Ms. Brogler.
I have a question on C. I realize the town of Ixonia is in Jefferson County. The Oconomowoc Library Board is Waukesha County, but we overlap with the Bridges Library System. Is that the reason we get to appoint somebody from our county to their city board?
Correct. So under the funding formula for bridges, we send about $152,000 to neighboring communities. And of that, about $88,000 of it is to Oconomowoc. So it's more than half goes to the Oconomowoc Library because of the usage mainly in Concord and Ixonia. So there's an MOU that was signed between the county, the city of Oconomowoc, and the library board to give us one non-voting ex officio member. So Melissa Howe would not have a vote, however, she would have a seat on the board.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor of these appointments, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, it passes. Public comment of a general nature. Any public comment of a general nature? Announcements. Legislative breakfast.
Yes, I have 4 announcements. So one of them is tomorrow at the Ingleside Hotel in Pewaukee. Biz Times, which recently added Jefferson County to its service area, the first time they've expanded in their 30-year history. They now cover Jefferson County as part of their 9-county southeastern Wisconsin region, is hosting an event called Madwalkie 2050, which is meant to look at the year 2050, what the corridor between the state's 2 largest cities is going to look like, with a heavy focus on what's happening in Jefferson County and some of the economic development news. I will be presenting on a panel there. Deb Reinbold is going to be leading one of the simultaneous breakout sessions. Ben Waymeyer is also going to be leading one. There are probably some limited tickets remaining for people who might want to attend. That event is from 2 o'clock to 6:30 tomorrow, again in Pewaukee. Related to Biz Times, there's been a lot of buzz recently with some articles they posted. Just today, their editor submitted not a letter to the editor, a letter from the editor in their online called Jefferson County's Time Has Come. And in your packets, you'll see an article that's no longer behind a paywall that discusses some of the economic development news that's been in there. And just from my perspective, I hope an adequate representation as well of the priorities of the county board, the share in the strategic plan to make sure that we preserve farmland and the agricultural identity of the community. So I encourage you all to read that article. It should be passed out and available at all of your seats. Next Friday, April 25th, is the legislative breakfast. It'll be the second time we do this. I sent a notice to all of you for an RSVP. Breakfast will begin at 7 o'clock with the program beginning at 7:30. And we'll have representatives from all levels of government coming in and talking about some of their priorities, especially as we head into the state budget. And then May 2nd, the following Friday, is Youth Government Day. We've had some discussions on that. There will be a few schools from throughout the county attending, bringing anywhere between 9 and 20 students apiece. And they will go through a number of exercises, including like a legislative exercise where we talk about a problem facing the county and their potential ways to solve it, kind of like a mock county board session. There'll be a scavenger hunt throughout the courthouse so they can familiarize themselves with all the departments we do. And then we're also going to be hosting a quasi-job fair for them, where we're going to have a number of departments coming by and talking about some career opportunities available to students that might interest them based on the type of work they want to do, the level of education they'd like to pursue immediately after high school, and things like that. So it'll be a really great day. It's the first time it's been hosted in about 5 or 6 years, and we're looking forward to making it successful again.
Any questions about the announcements? Any other announcements? See none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved by Mr. Jekyll, second by Meg Terrell Heights. This is not debatable. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, we're adjourned.